Have you ever heard of a scholar who bridged the gap between ancient Greek wisdom and the European Renaissance? A man whose work on numbers, stars, and the very fabric of physics was centuries ahead of his time. Today, we're journeying back to the Islamic Golden Age to uncover the incredible story of Thabit ibn Qurra, one of history's most brilliant, yet often overlooked, minds. Born in 826 CE in the ancient city of Harran, now in modern-day Turkey, Thabit ibn Qurra was destined for greatness. He hailed from the Sabian community, a group known for its deep reverence for the stars and ancient knowledge. This environment ignited a fire in young Thabit, a passion for science and philosophy that would eventually lead him to the intellectual heart of the world, Baghdad. Imagine Baghdad in the 9th century. It wasn't just a city. It was an epicenter of discovery. At its core was the legendary House of Wisdom, or Beit al-Hikmah, a magnet for the greatest thinkers from across the globe. It was here, under the patronage of the Abbasid caliphs, that Thabit ibn Qurra would truly shine. He was a master linguist, fluent in Greek, Syriac, and Arabic, making him an invaluable translator. But Thabit didn't just translate. He absorbed, critiqued, and expanded upon the greatest works of antiquity. He was a vital link in a golden chain of knowledge, ensuring that the genius of figures like Euclid, Archimedes, and Apollonius wasn't just preserved but revitalized. Let's dive into his mathematical contributions first, because they are nothing short of astounding. We all learn about the Pythagorean Theorem in school, right? The one for right-angled triangles. Well, Thabit looked at that and thought, what about all asterisk triangles? He went on to generalize the Pythagorean Theorem for any arbitrary triangle, a feat of geometric insight that showcases his profound understanding of space and form. This wasn't just a small tweak. It was a major leap forward in geometry. But he didn't stop there. Have you ever heard of amicable numbers? These are pairs of numbers where the sum of the proper divisors of one number equals the other number, and vice versa. For example, 220 and 284. The ancient Greeks knew of this one pair, but finding more was incredibly difficult. Thabit ibn Qurra developed a beautiful, elegant formula that could generate these amicable pairs. His work in number theory was both playful and profound, revealing the hidden, intricate relationships that govern the world of integers. His discoveries in this field remained a benchmark for centuries. Now, let's turn our gaze to the heavens, just as Thabit did. As an astronomer, he was a meticulous observer. He spent countless nights charting the movements of the sun, the moon, and the planets. He wasn't content with just accepting old theories. Et estedem. Thabit developed a groundbreaking theory on the trepidation of the equinoxes, an attempt to explain the gradual shift in the timing of spring and autumn, while the model itself was later superseded. His approach using careful observation to challenge and refine existing ideas was the very essence of the scientific method. Furthermore, Thabit was a brilliant engineer of the cosmos. He designed and improved crucial astronomical instruments like the astrolabe. Think of the astrolabe as the smartphone of its day, a complex analog computer that could be used for navigation, telling time, and mapping the stars. His enhancements made these devices more accurate, empowering sailors, travelers, and fellow astronomers with better tools to understand their world and their place in the universe. His work in astronomy profoundly influenced the generations of Islamic and, later, European astronomers who built upon his foundations. Beyond numbers and stars, Thabit ibn Qurra ventured into the realm of physics and mechanics. Centuries before Isaac Newton, he was contemplating the nature of gravity. He wrote about the forces of attraction between bodies, laying down conceptual groundwork for what would become a cornerstone of modern physics. He didn't have the mathematical tools of calculus that Newton would later develop, but his intuition was Spartan. He explored the principles of balance, levers, and density contributing to the field of statics. He saw mathematics not just as an abstract game, but as the language to describe the physical world, seamlessly bridging the gap between theoretical ideas and tangible reality. This incredible synthesis of mathematics, astronomy, and physics makes Thabit a true polymath. He wasn't just a specialist in one area. He saw the interconnectedness of all knowledge. His philosophical writings sought to understand the fundamental principles governing the universe, always grounded in logic and empirical observation. He was a thinker who asked the big questions and used every tool at his disposal, from ancient texts to newly built instruments, to find the answers. The legacy of a great teacher is often found in their students, and Thābit ibn Qurra was no exception. He mentored Munson, Sinan ibn Th, Bit, who became a respected physician and mathematician in his own right, continuing the family's scientific dynasty. The knowledge cultivated in the House of Wisdom didn't stay there. Through translations into Latin during the Middle Ages, Thabit's works flowed into Europe. His ideas on mathematics and astronomy reached figures like Nicolaus Copernicus and Johannes Kepler, planting seeds that would eventually blossom into the scientific revolution. So, when we think of the giants of science, let's make sure to remember Thabit ibn Qurra. He wasn't just a translator. He was an innovator. He wasn't just a preserver of knowledge. He was a creator of it. He stands as a shining example of the intellectual brilliance of the Islamic Golden Age, a true bridge between the ancient world and our own modern scientific tradition. His life is a powerful reminder that curiosity, rigor, and a passion for understanding the universe are timeless qualities that can change the world. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the past. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button. And consider subscribing Freedom Mind for more stories about the hidden figures who shaped our world. Let me know in the comments which historical scholar you'd like to learn about next. Until next time, stay curious